So welcome back. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I am Angela, and today I am going to be sharing with you guys a little bit about my hair journey. I'm sure you can tell from the title that this video I'm going to be sharing how I found out that my hair is actually curly, or that I have textured hair. If you clicked on this video, I can only assume that maybe you are wondering the same thing about your own hair. Maybe you've lived your whole life or a majority of your life thinking that you actually have straight hair, wondering maybe I don't actually have straight hair. So I want to share with you how I found out how my hair is actually not straight. If you're interested in learning about what I have to say, then please keep watching. I wish that I had found more videos like this when I was going through my hair journey a couple years ago. I wish that more girls would share their experience on figuring out your proper hair texture, because I feel like that is really not spoken about a lot. I did find a couple videos here and there that helped a little bit, but I'm making this video to hopefully help somebody that may be struggling with their hair, that you just can't get it right or you just can't style it properly. I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of a backstory into my hair. But first off, I want to put a disclaimer and say that my hair right now is not in its natural state. It's not curly, because for those of you who don't know, I am a mom. I'm a mom to currently a 10-month-old little boy, and especially being a first-time mom, it's really difficult to find the time to style your hair the way that you want to. I have about 3 or 4 different hair routines depending on how I want to style it. And one of those routines is my natural curly hair routine. And when I washed my hair last, I just did not have the time to do that. So this is how I am currently wearing my hair. Now, this is my natural hair. It's just, if I can simplify, what I did is I brushed my hair when it was wet. So that is one of the things I'm actually going to be talking about in this video, but I will go into further explanation about that. But I know, in case you're wondering, like, hey, you say you have curly hair, but your hair is not looking curly, and I just wanted to make that clear that I have 3 or 4 different hair routines, and how I'm wearing my hair currently right now has to do with one of those routines. And I just ended up picking the routine that was quickest, because like I said, with the baby, you gotta do things fast sometimes. I want to share a little bit about my childhood first. So, funny thing is, I'm gonna say probably like 99% of people in my family have extremely curly hair. So my uncles, my aunts, cousins, they all have very, very curly hair. My mom doesn't have curly hair at all. And if I can find pictures of what I am explaining throughout this video, I will insert them in the video so you guys can have a better idea. My mom has always had like pin straight hair. No curl to it whatsoever, no texture at all. She can even be in the hottest weather in so much humidity and it just doesn't change. It doesn't even frizz, it stays straight. Even my dad had curly hair. Looking back at pictures of when I was a kid, I'm talking like 6, 7 to maybe 10, 11 years old, my hair was relatively very straight. And so this is the confusing part, because I want to say that your hair texture can definitely change. This is not the same for everybody, but for some people, and this may be you may have remembered growing up with a certain type of textured hair, and then maybe through puberty, or maybe just through age, the texture of your hair changed. Maybe you're wondering why that happened, and I'm gonna share with you guys in this video things that you can do if you haven't done so already to find out if you really do have curly hair. Back to what I was saying, when I was a kid, I had relatively straight hair, and I will try to insert some photos if I can find any. And I grew up with one of my cousins who, to me, she was like a sister. We grew up like twins pretty much, and she had very, very curly hair. Because we grew up like sisters, we were raised like sisters, both of our parents were like best friends, we did everything together, all of us as a family. So we did pretty much everything together. One of the things that we also did the same, or that our parents did the same, was because we wore the same clothes, we also wanted to have the same style and everything. So we wanted to also have the same hair. I was not styling my own hair. So out of the shower, my parents would do my hair. They would brush out my hair both when it was wet and when it was dry. And that is a key thing that I want to add here. For girls with textured hair, it's okay to brush out your hair when it is wet, as long as you do key things after that I will explain further. But you absolutely do not want to ever brush your hair when it is dry, because ultimately what you are doing is literally removing the texture, removing any wave, any curl from your hair. My parents would brush out my hair, and all they would do is maybe put in some detangling spray, because when I was a kid I had really bad tangles in my hair, and to this day I still really get tangly hair. My hair just tangles super easy. I think it's a mixture of the length of it, and also because my hair is fine. So I don't have thick hair, my hair is a fine texture, and so because of that I just feel like it gets tangled more easily than other people. So this started when I was younger. So brushing my hair, detangling spray is what my parents would do. And often the only styling I had was probably a ponytail, or they would put my hair in a braid. Fast forward, I was always raised and I was taught that I had straight hair. But my hair was always super frizzy. It was huge. When I would come out of the shower and I would blow dry it and I would brush it, it would turn huge, like into a lion's mane. It was frizzy and just like dry looking, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my hair. It's just like, what is going on here? I'm seeing all of these other girls with this amazing hair. My cousin, who I've grown up with, her hair looks completely different than mine. When we are both having the same hair routine, we're using the same shampoo, same conditioner, same water, it didn't make sense to me. And so being raised taught that I had straight hair, that was always my focus. I figured, okay, I guess I have straight hair, but for some reason I unfortunately was born with hair that kind of wants to be in between, I guess. So I thought to myself, great. So I was supposed to have straight hair, I guess, but I have neither straight nor curly. Me, it was like this awkward in between. My hair didn't really know what it wanted to be. And if that is you, you know definitely what I'm talking about. It's like some pieces looked like it wanted to be straight, and then other pieces looked like there was kind of some texture to it. I just could not, for the life of me, just couldn't figure it out. My cousin, she had very curly hair, so for her, she didn't have the same issue as me. What she did for her hair, I just did with mine, because I didn't know that different textured hair needed different routines and different steps. So what she did, I did. And I guess for her it worked, but for my hair, for my type of hair, I was just doing everything wrong. Now, the thing is, where my hair journey gets a little bit more complicated is into my teen years and around when I'm hitting puberty. So because I had grown up hating my hair, I had no idea what to do with it. And then hitting puberty, hitting those really tough teenage years when you're like 13, 14, going into high school, and you start really caring about the way that you look. You start comparing yourself more and more to other people around you. And then also, when it comes to that age, you start getting interested in boys and relationships. At that age, you want to try to look your best. All of those insecurities that come with being a teenager, on top of not knowing how to understand your hair and how to style it, was really, really tough. And especially for me, because like I said, my mom has straight hair. So I also thought that, okay, I'm supposed to style my hair the way that she styles it, which was another one of my mistakes. My mom is very fortunate in the way where she can wash her hair, she can get her hair wet, and instantaneously her hair is just straight. Like, it doesn't need any styling really. If she doesn't want to, she doesn't really need to put much effort into it, which is great for her. So I thought that I could kind of do the same. And when my hair looked nothing like hers when it was dry, it got me even more frustrated. So at the age of, I think I was like maybe 12, I started putting bleach in my hair. So I started putting highlights into my hair because I was just so fed up with not liking my hair and looking in the mirror and not understanding how to fix it. So I figured, okay, then I am going to dye it. I'm gonna try to make myself more confident in my hair and make myself like it. So I'm just gonna put blonde in my hair. And another thing is, I grew up with my mom also being blonde. So she, for my whole life, has always dyed her hair. So I wanted to do that as well. So that is what I did at a very young age. And right now, this is my natural hair color. So from this hair color, which is pretty dark, to bleach blonde, and I mean like platinum blonde, is very, very damaging. Typically, the healthy way of doing that is to get your hair dyed slowly. So go from a dark shade to a little lighter shade, and then continue going in different sessions until you reach the light that you want. But I didn't want to wait. I was a very impatient child. I wanted something done within, like, right there and then. I wanted to go from one color to the next in one session. So I went from doing highlights in my hair, which damaged my hair, to then my years in high school, I wanted to be completely blonde. I dyed all of my hair blonde. That completely fried my hair over the years, and I wasn't realizing it until I reached a certain point. And let's just say that at that point, it was a little too late. So at the point that I realized that my hair was really bad and that it really needed a change, this specific photo that still is so fresh in my mind, where it was in high school and it was taken in the gym locker room, I believe. No, the changing room that was connected to our gym. And I took a photo next to my cousin that I was speaking about, that I grew up with because we went to the same high school, and we took a photo next to each other. That was when I realized just how bad my hair was, because I don't think I can find that photo, unfortunately, but if I could, you guys would see what I'm talking about. It was so bad. Looking at it in the mirror, I hadn't realized it, but standing next to my cousin, because my cousin had beautiful hair in high school. It was long and thick and dark. She dyed it black at the time. She still has beautiful hair today, if anyone knows her. But I mean, in high school, comparing back then to how her hair was to how I ended up making mine was night and day of a difference. And I didn't realize that until that day. So when I was looking at myself in the photo, I realized, wow, my hair is blonde, which is what I wanted, but nobody told me that the sides of my hair were like this short, which for some reason, I don't know how, but looking at myself in the mirror, I didn't realize it. So my sides were extremely short and dead. Like, I mean fried. It looked like ramen noodles dried up. I don't know. It like hay, a haystack sitting on my head. So bad. And one of the things that added to that was not only me dyeing my hair blonde, but also the fact that because I convinced myself that I had straight hair, or that I was supposed to have straight hair, I spent years, probably, I want to say over 10 years, I spent flat ironing my hair to make it straight, because I thought that that is what my hair texture was. I just thought, okay, I'm supposed to have straight hair, so I guess I just have to flat iron my hair to train it to stay straight every single day. And I wasn't using heat protectant because I was just so naive back then in high school that I didn't even care about it. I just thought that hair protectant was like a gimmick and that it was a scam and that it didn't work. So I used to flat iron my hair almost every single day with no protection. I would blow dry my hair, and then it would turn into this big puffy frizz ball, and then on top of that I would flat iron it. And that is what I got comfortable with. That's what made me content, was looking in the mirror and seeing that flat ironed pin straight hair. I didn't know any other way to style it. Where my curly hair journey began, or when I started questioning things, was I started going on vacation to like Cuba and Dominican when I was probably, I want to say maybe around, I think I was like 19, maybe 19, 20. I started going on vacations to like those beach resorts. So when I was there, it's so hot and humid, and for anyone who has textured hair, you know what the humidity does to you. It just makes your hair just completely blows up, and there is no way that you can stop that. I feel like even with frizz control products, there's really nothing that you can do in such a humid and hot climate. As soon as I would get off the plane, even just in the airport there going to get my bags, I could already feel the humidity building up in my hair, and I could feel my hair slowly growing. At the resort, you know, you're on the beach all day, you're in the water, you're in the pool, and you're in the sun, obviously. My hair was wet pretty much all day. And then I would go into the hotel room in the evening, shower, get dressed, get ready for dinner, and we would like to dress up for dinner. So we would like to put on our makeup and do our hair and dress nice. So I would, again, flat iron my hair and then go out to dinner. It would maybe literally take me like 10 minutes, not even, when I step out of my hotel room, where my hair would blow up again. I was so upset. I was like, I can't believe this. I just spent like half an hour in my hotel room wasting time flat ironing my hair so it could be straight, so it could be nice for the rest of the night. And then 10 minutes later, out of my hotel room, I'm not even at dinner yet, and my hair is already frizzy. So I got so upset that I said, you know what, this is pointless. I'm just putting heat on my hair for no reason because it's not staying straight. So what I decided to do was to shower, get my hair wet, and just leave it like that and just see how it went. So I was like, so in my mind, I was thinking my hair is going to frizz up anyways, whether I flat iron it or not. So if it ends up being a big frizz ball the rest of the night, then I'm just gonna have to live with that because it's gonna be that anyways. So that is what I did. So I tried that and it did turn into a frizz ball, but I just dealt with it. The next following day when I was at the pool and the beach and my hair was wet, what I decided to do was not wash my hair one of those nights. So I think we were either running late, I think we had reservations for dinner at a certain time, and I think we had stayed late at the pool. So we weren't gonna make it in time for dinner if I full on like washed my hair and tried to do something with it. So I just showered and then got dressed quickly and left my hair the way that it was from the pool. I know that's not the greatest idea because you don't want to leave chlorine in your hair and obviously salt from the beach, but this particular night I had no choice because of the dinner reservations. So I left my hair the way that it was. I kind of just like messed around with it with my fingers and kind of just like tried to fluff it up and make it look a little bit more presentable. And that is when I realized, I was like, hold on a second. My hair doesn't look so bad. And this is confusing because I didn't wash it. The day that I don't wash my hair, why am I liking my hair more than when I do wash my hair? So I was trying to puzzle things together and I was like, oh, it must be salt water. Salt water must be really good for your hair, which it is. I have heard that salt water is good for your hair. It's good to make it grow, and it's good for your scalp as well if you have scalp issues. I said, okay, I guess I need to go into the beach more, into the ocean more. The rest of the vacation, that is what I did. I spent most of the time in the salt water thinking that it was the salt water doing that to my hair. So then I came home, I tried to replicate my hair how it was on vacation. Now, if I can find some photos from vacation, my hair had some really nice, like tight waves. I was like, wow, that looks actually really nice. I didn't style it, I didn't try at all, and it actually turned out pretty good. So I was super confused. Is salt water supposed to make your hair wavy? Because if I have straight hair, why is my hair wavy? That is what started me being curious about why my hair turned wavy while I was in a different country. So when I came home, I tried, like I said, I tried redoing it and it just wasn't turning out the same, which also convinced me that it was the salt water because I live in Canada and where I live, we don't have beaches with salt water here. So I continued doing more research and I started looking up, I think I came across a video somehow talking about hair texture. Started looking into that. And so if this is you, if your hair turns into a big frizz ball and it gets poofy as soon as you get into humidity, or if it starts raining outside, your hair starts getting bigger and bigger. If your hair looks anything like this, then I am almost certain, I can almost guarantee that you probably don't have straight hair. Now, the way that you want to test it is to get your hair completely wet as if you showered, or shower and then get out of the shower and don't brush your hair. Leave it the way that it is. You can put it up in a towel if you want and then go do something, go lay down, go sit, watch a video, I don't know, maybe cook something or go on your phone for a little bit, read a book, do something that is going to take some time, that's going to distract you away from your hair. So don't focus on your hair, just leave it the way that it is. Don't do anything to it. And then come back in a little bit, in a couple hours, I would say, and take a look at your hair. Pay attention to the texture. Now, it still might be a little bit frizzy, especially if you are coming from damaged hair. Now, the thing with, if you've dyed your hair like I did, I spent years and years putting bleach in my hair. So if you've dyed it and if you've spent years using heat products on your hair, then your hair is definitely damaged somehow. Damaged hair just completely wrecks your natural texture. If you have waves or if you have curls, ringlets, whatever it may be, it completely destroys it. And depending on how long you have been doing those things to your hair, it's going to take just as long to repair your hair and to get back your healthy hair from that damage. I don't know what your hair state is in like right now, only you are gonna know that. If your hair is not so damaged, then I guarantee you're gonna see an instant difference. It may not be the first time you continue doing what I suggested, which is to get your hair wet and do completely nothing to it. I guarantee that you are gonna see a huge difference in the texture of your hair. Now, if your hair is damaged like mine was, you may not notice a difference for a little bit. Just keep doing it, and I guarantee that eventually you will start seeing some parts of your hair change a little bit. If you don't feel comfortable with just coming out of the shower and just leaving your hair the way that it is, because maybe your hair gets super knotty and tangled like mine does, you can do one of two things. You can either brush your hair in the shower with conditioner, or you can brush your hair out of the shower but then get your hair wet again immediately after. Shower, brush, and then get your hair wet again. The key thing here is to keep your hair wet. You do not want your hair to get dry and then to brush it out, because you will be brushing out your waves or your curls. You want your hair to stay wet so that you can get a better idea of what your natural hair really is. Then, if you want to try more things, then I would suggest getting into a curly hair routine. Even if you don't think that you have curly hair, you may have waves, which is still considered textured hair. If your hair is wavy, your hair is not straight. You can't treat it like straight hair. You need to get on a different hair routine. If you don't feel comfortable calling it a curly hair routine, you can call it a wavy hair routine, if that makes you feel better. But you do not want to treat your hair like it is straight. That is what I started doing. I started trying out different curly hair routines to see what my hair would end up turning out to be like. So some of the things that I tried and that I still do is I got a curl defining cream and a gel. I have tried some from the drugstore and those work just as well, but I wanted to try something a little bit more high end to see if there would be a little bit of a difference. And the difference that I can tell, I would say, is probably in the gel. So I would say get a really good gel, because if you just get any gel, then your hair might feel kind of crunchy, and you don't want that. You want your hair to be nice and soft and bouncy. So what I would do is get your hair wet. You want to put in the defining cream, and I use the one from, I think this is called Amika from Sephora. So you put in your cream. Then what you can do, there's many different ways to do this, but this is one of the ways. Then what I got is something called a Denman brush. This is specifically for curly hair girls. Now, girls with wavy hair, I would You can try this out. Be a little cautious about it because depending on how your waves are, how tight they are, or how loose they are, this actually might break it up. It depends. For some girls, it may break up their waves, or other girls, it enhances their waves. So you can try it if you like and just see if it works for you. Also, I would suggest the looser your curls are, or the looser your waves are, you want to have less and less of the teeth of the brush, I guess. So it actually came with more, if you can see, but I actually took it out, so it was more spaced apart. And then what you want to do is go in with your enhancing gel to kind of lock all of that in. And what you want to do is, this is a key thing, is you want to scrunch your hair. When you do these steps, you don't just want to brush it through your hair. You want to apply the product and then you want to scrunch it in. So this is also, doing this motion is also going to help you see if you really do have curly or wavy hair, because doing that when your hair is wet, that is the key on wet hair. When you do this on wet hair, you are really sealing in your texture. You're kind of training your hair to go back to how it used to be. So if you're in my shoes, and for me, I didn't even know that I had textured hair until I was in my 20s. So that is a very long time to be destroying your texture. I spent majority of my life removing my texture. So it's going to take some time to retrain my hair to go back to how it was supposed to be. Again, like I said, this is not my curly hair. As I said in the beginning of the video, I just had to do a quick routine because I am a mom. So my curly hair routine does take a little bit more time because I do use these. So right now, this is how my hair is when I actually brush it out. So I didn't try to keep my curls or keep my waves. Now I have a mixture of 2B waves and 3A curls. Some spots in my hair are 3A curls, and then other spots are more of just a 2B wave. If you guys know, if you guys look up that curl and wave chart, I can show you like some pieces through. So like these are my sides, and what I was talking about earlier in the video where my most damaged parts of my hair from the bleach was this right here. So these sides, my texture is still trying to come back. You can tell it's like pretty limp, but I do have like some pieces that have some little bit of texture to it. So this is my hair with me taking out my texture pretty much. So as you can see, like I have some waves in it right now, I guess. There's something there. It's not straight, but it's also not curly. If you guys are interested in seeing my actual curly hair routine, then please leave a comment and I will definitely consider doing that in the future. I also want to add that the curls in the photos was me starting out my journey. So it was when I first started actually doing a curly hair routine and using curly haired products. Now my hair looks very different because it's been quite some time since I did that. But those photos were in the beginning when I was just starting out, when I was just trying to figure out if my hair would even curl or if my hair would even turn into a wave. I think that is all I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope it was helpful. I hope that it was able to help somebody out there maybe going through the same thing I was going through, especially if you are younger. And if you are older, if you are in your 20s and you're just figuring out your hair, that is okay. It's really difficult to understand your hair type, especially if no one in your personal life talks about it. Like, it's really not something that even hairdressers or hairstylists talk about, like when you go in for an appointment, or at least from my experience, that's how it's been. So yeah, if you think you have straight hair, you've been styling your hair as if it's been straight, but it turns into that big poofy frizz ball that I have been talking about, then please give these tips a try. Try to see how your hair would be if you treated it wavy or treated it curly. I guarantee you will be very, very surprised. You will end up loving your hair, loving your natural hair so much more than the pretend straight hair that you have been living with, or that you have been struggling with, should I say. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, please share it, and please subscribe. And I will definitely think about showing you specifically my curly hair routine in another video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.